Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Ethan here with another video. Today I'm bringing you the Cantua Road Race, and this was my first race of the 2023 season. It's also my first race on the road, at least as a 1-2. It happened about a month ago. I had some technical difficulties and then I kind of lost motivation. But now we're back on track, so let's get stuck into it. So for those of you who don't know, the Cantua Creek Road Race is a race down in California, and so lucky me, I got to wear shorts and short sleeves, which was a first for the season. The race is pretty flat. There's this little climb here that we're doing right now, and it's kind of like a stair step, so pretty high peaks in power followed by freewheeling. We did it out and back 3 times, so 3 pretty hard efforts and then just kind of flats. It was a nice combination, not like anything I'd ever done before. And what that kind of resulted in was it being hard on the climbs, obviously, but then there would be little gaps that would open up on the flats, and so there was still a little bit of tactics. It wasn't just pure power, and that's pretty much how it played out. Just about every time up this climb, my heart rate would get very high, and then sometimes people would be off the front and we'd end up chasing, and it was pretty full gas for most of the race. You know, every once in a while, with about 50 miles in, we sat up, but did a lot of work and definitely got my money's worth. That was especially because I was solo for this race, didn't have any teammates down because obviously we're a Portland-based team and nobody wanted to go down to Central California. So because of that, I did a lot of work on the second to last lap. About 11 miles ago, I did a lot of chasing, but here we are near the end of that last lap heading into the climb, and it was all just coming together. And right now I'm just thinking I need to recover as much as I can, because it does finish on the top of that climb. I know it's going to be a really hard finish, and I'm just trying to recover as best I can. So here we are on the actual climb, and you can see doing a little bit of power here, still in the draft, going pretty fast. And we're going to take a look at how spiky this was. Things I noticed with this being my first 1-2 race is that people are a lot more aggressive in terms of positioning. You'll see that especially more later. There's a lot of bumping. But there you see I was almost up to 500 watts, 400 just holding here, and then we just go to freewheeling. And what ended up happening, I'll skip ahead a little bit so we can see it, but people just started trying to get the gap on every little incline, so it was a very punchy finish, about 3 almost max sprints before the final sprint. So there we see the first attack, and it's right when it's starting to rise up here, as you can see. So somebody just carried their speed down through the descent, and there you go, 750. That's pretty big, 800 watts. A pretty big guy, but those are still pretty big watts. And you see you got guys just going backwards already. You'll see more of that here, and it was hard because this makes you feel weak. You want to hang with it, but it's still going. And so right about here I was like, I'm done, I'm just gonna give up. And you see me kick the watts down, but then it flattens out here and goes downhill. You start freewheeling almost, and it comes back together. So it's like, you can't give up quite yet. But yeah, I mean, a minute later, we're doing this again, and not quite as big of an effort, but just trying to hang in. You know it's coming. And then shortly thereafter, we're freewheeling again. And then here we go again. Imagine that, another 800 watts. And you know what happens after a big attack like that? We go right back down to 155. And we even go a little bit slower. But can you guess what happens next? Your hint is it's another big attack. This one is quite a bit closer to the finish line. I think there's only one more bump up to the finish line. So it's getting a little bit more stressful here trying to actually hold position if you want any chance of contesting the final. And contest the final, I did not. But I think that was a little bit less important to me because, like I said, this was my first 1-2 road race. And if you watch the Portland Crit video, you probably get the idea that I felt like an imposter for sure. And I think this race, finishing with the group, even on a hard finish, helped me feel like maybe I actually belonged in the 1-2 field. And so I think it was a really good confidence booster for me. Definitely learned a lot, had a lot of fun racing on my own, but I'm also definitely ready to race with a team. Speaking of which, my first time racing with POA will be this weekend at Mason Lakes. Previous to that, I've been racing for Oregon State, and as fun as it is racing on my own, I definitely have come to appreciate what good teamwork can do, chasing down stuff, working for each other, and making it so that each individual person feels a little less pressure, because a day like today, if I wanted to get a result, it was on me. I had to be the person bridging, chasing, all that good stuff. And if a move that I was in didn't work, it didn't exactly benefit anyone else. So it just made it a lot more stressful trying to pick and choose where I fought my battles. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you taking the time to watch another video. And if you liked it, make sure to let me know down below. And drop a like. I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Take care.